Okay, is it better here? La la la. It's much better here. I don't know what was the other thing about. Hi, come over to this stream. I want to share with you some remedies that doctors would not share with you. Is it better? Oh my God, I didn't know it was the other one. Doesn't matter. So, we got an idea basically about how to clear your mental, emotional, subtle parasites. So if you have problems addressing certain things, you can always schedule like a Zoom session with me, private Zoom session with me, if you want to like untangle the knots of long ancestral victim mentality. But the remedies for the physical. So, one very, very traditional is wormwood tea. The wormwood tea. It's a very bitter herb. You can buy it on Amazon. It's slightly toxic, so if you don't drink too much of it, but because it's so bitter, it clears your system, and it's pretty gentle compared to other things that I'm about to share with you. Okay. Okay, good. So another one that I learned from shamans. You guys can hear me now? Tell me yes. Okay, perfect. Okay, another amazing remedy to clear any type of parasites from your body. I learned it from shaman. It was a tobacco ceremony. And when I attended tobacco ceremony, I thought it would just be like smoking the sacred tobacco, and we would be like gazing at their fire, and we would be singing mantras or something like this. But the shaman, yes, we were smoking tobacco, but the biggest thing was not that. He made us a tobacco tea, and we had to drink that brew, and it tastes absolutely horrible. However, it's probably the most potent thing to clear any type of parasites. So you have to do it in an empty stomach. And the recipe is about like a pinch of organic tobacco. You can get it in a tobacco stores, to the cup of hot water. And you can boil it or just steep it. It's going to be like bitter and almost like the flavor is not just bitter. It's something else to it. Like it's a just goes through you basically. The abuelo tobacco. And then you drink a cup. Start with just a couple of sips and see how you feel, because some people are more sensitive to tobacco and some are not. Like me, I drank like half a cup and I was about to throw up. And my son, who did the tobacco ceremony with me, he drank the whole thing that the shaman gave him, and he was fine. And most people were fine. But because I'm very sensitive, I was like purging, and then the whole night my head was spinning, my belly was spinning. So lots of clearing was happening, not only in my physical body, etherical too, guys. So tobacco tea is what they used in ancient times. Tobacco is very, very sacred, very medicinal plant. I know it's being abused through like the addictions and everything, but the purpose of it was different. It's literally always, even by Native Americans, was used to clear the space. That's why they did it when they did negotiations, and when they met together, they would smoke the peace pipe, because it will clear the field. It will clear the lower chakras from anger, from all these resentments, and it clears your mind. And so you can make decisions from a state of higher self, higher being. So tobacco tea absolutely kills all parasites in your body. And also etherical. Try it again, be careful because it's intense. If you have any questions how to use it again, but the parasite in the Western world is so much more rare than it's in the rainforest. Makes sense to see if parasites are actually there. You can, but if you go to the doctor and test for it, you see, doctors don't even test, especially in the West, they don't even test. But what about, like, if you eat sugar, there's definitely the yeast, which is fungus in your body, parasitic fungus. And it leaves, guys, sometimes you feel like headache, stuffy nose, heavy head, fog, and that can be yeast. And if you do this treatment, it's called candling. That's another great one. When you put this, this wax thing in your ears, somebody have to do it for you, and they burn it. It's very traditional, and it pulls everything out of your ear. When I did it, there was a bunch of yeast came all the way from the nasal thing, and you know how people have congestions. It's not only fear that we're holding here in our face, the yeast there. And literally, you know how here we all have cavities? In all these cavities, the yeast can live everywhere here. That's what sometimes gives you headaches too. And so when they did candling, everything got pulled, and I started to feel so clear. And my sugar craving completely disappeared because it was not me craving the sugar, it was a yeast craving the sugar. And we were conditioned by so much sugar because refined sugar is being put in so many foods in the West. I think specifically for the reason, so we become like a walking bags of this parasitic micro fungus, basically. So test for that. I mean, pretty much everybody have it. It's not just I'm not even talking about the big worms in the belly. No, 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 no. But if you had sushi or raw fish, then the flukes in the liver, they might be a real thing. I didn't think ear candling worked. Well, for me, it worked. Soak the feet in the organic tobacco leaf. Yeah, you can soak feet. That's more gentle one. Well, yeah, but it's not only in the gut. Your parasite's not only in the guts. It can be anywhere. Again, yeast can be all here. But lots of bad microorganisms can be in your belly as well. Lots of people have digestion problems now. And again, because of sugar and because of fear, lots of fear is being held in the gut, in our gut, in the stomach. And so all these problems with, like a woman came to me that's tight, always my stomach is very tight, or I cannot eat anything, or it always hurt, menstrual problems, all that tightness. When we have so much fear, it always, the low frequency emotions will always cultivate low frequency biome in our gut. And so that frequency, the second chakra, is a pair for the ajna, for the third eye, that balance each other. They say the imbalance in your gut will reflect as imbalance in your mind. And so clearing your gut from the bad parasitic microorganisms, then, bad bacteria, basically, they're also parasites. And, again, a majority of people have them because, again, between the processed foods and the fear-based mentality that humanity was steeped in, plus this nanobots and everything that's in our field, we being kept down by many different things. That's why these food conglomerates are so huge. That's why the medical conglomerates is so huge, who don't treat diseases. They don't treat. They just, they just treat the symptoms. They're making money on people. Do much shadow work. I've gotten better. Good. Yes, yes. Shadow work is an absolute fundamental for clearing your field, because it works like this. When you have a low frequency belief system in your field, it's all in your field. First of all, you perceive the world through that lens of low frequency. You look at the world, which is beautiful, through the prism of fear or the prism of your beliefs, like it's my world is a dangerous place. And so you will project your observation, the observer going to go through the lens of the world is a dangerous place, and you will see dangerous place. That's how we create our reality. When we remove that lens of world is dangerous place, but you place the lens of much more clear lens as I create my reality. I am the creator, and whatever I create, that's what I'm going to see. You're going to see your world in much more clear, objective ways. All right, so so yeah, how it works. Low frequency belief systems act like sort of like the anchors or the like hooks to which those parasitic entities can hook and then start basically like leeches, suck your energy out of your field. And the more you give your energy, the more you believe that, that negative belief, the more you're feeding that parasite, the stronger it gets, and it becomes eventual demonic attachment. Powerful. And then of course it can lead to like a person becoming alcoholic or using drugs which that is huge demonic attachment. You're constantly feeding something through alcohol or through drugs or through abusive relationships, that anger, so that are all parasites. It can be microscopic. Or if we feed them enough, they can become very big, and it takes a good amount of work to shrink them, to release them. And they always test you. They're always trying to come back because you were feeding them for a while. So they're going to test you and test. Once you start to create the boundaries, they're going to start testing you until you said, no, I know I'm sovereign. No. Right? And changing the belief systems, because some people trying to quit, let's say, smoking or drinking just on a willpower, well, usually that breaks, because willpower goes only so far. You need to change the belief systems, and then it will be effortless. Then by itself, it will go away. Are parasites attracted to people by the vibrations we emit? Absolutely, 100%. 100%. You have to be a match to the parasite. You have to be matched to low frequency. If you always stay in high frequency, you become invisible for them. So that's why raising the vibration. I use this breath method, that's called alchemy, and I have the video on YouTube here, and actually I'm creating really expanded course where I really explain people how to do it, because lots of people apparently they did this course and they couldn't understand the details, so I'm making it like really even a child can understand it. Up the vibration repels them. Yes. Weight loss. Yes. So weight loss usually is an emotional problem. So it's either emotional eating because you feel empty somewhere in your heart. There's no joy. no joy. So that's disconnection of the heart from your true self. And so, because there's no joy, you find only joy in eating because it gives you the dopamine flush. When you eat something, dopamine, right? Because you feel so unhappy inside. And that is the work with the inner child. That's a shadow work of what blocks you, finding the belief system that block you from your own or from your own joy, because the true vibration of you is joy. And you're born, when you were born, little baby, you were so happy always. Most kids are. um yes, to feel emptiness, exactly. Same thing with smoking, to feel emptiness inside with the smoke. But smoke is so toxic. I'm not surprised if they would find nanobots in the tobacco that they put cigarettes. There's lots of chemicals there. They probably going to start infusing. So we have to move away from that. See, the world is separating people who choose to stay in a victim mode, and a lot of people are choosing unconsciously to stay in victim mode. You see, when you see social media, how much sometimes they blame like Trump, like Elon Musk, this and that for their misfortunes, or they look up to them and say, oh, they're going to do this and we're going to suffer. Our government, it's a bad government. We need a better government. No, the times of government is over. There's no government that's going to be doing good for you. You have to become sovereign. You have to become your own government. You have to be governing your own life. See, lots of people unconsciously staying in victim mentality, and so they will go to the path of the where the parasites will exist and will give them lots of lessons. However, we navigate into the place of sovereignty. No government, it's all councils. It's like Syrian High Council, the Alcyon Command, the Ashtar Command, right? It's all cooperation of forces. No, it's not dictatorship. Nobody is governed anybody. It's all self-governed. So we're moving on the new earth, we're moving towards that direction. And in that direction, there's no parasites because there is no victim. We're all masters, we're all creators. Okay. So, oh, what else? Let me see. Meanwhile, let me see what else. Oh, another amazing remedy, and it's an easy one. It's some Russian holistic doctor shared it with me, and I tried it myself, and it was amazing. So you take cloves of garlic, and you chop them in small pieces, but make sure they're dry. Make sure they're not like a mush. You cannot, if you eat garlic and you chew it, it'll burn your stomach if you eat lots of it. However, if you chop it in small pieces and you swallow it with water, or I swallow it with like pills, you swallow it with like a buttermilk, like kefir, for example, not sweet one, like regular plain. Um, like maybe for me 3 or 4 cloves of garlic. You can do the whole ball, but depends on the person. I'm just super sensitive to everything. So, and you swallow it, the pieces will not be all digested in your belly fast because they're chunks, but they're going to go to your gut, and that's probably the best remedy and the most organic, gentle, yet very, very powerful to clear the parasites, the bad bacteria from your gut. So try that. That is amazing. And another thing someone recently gave me that helped me a lot with whoever have a teeth problems. I use the tea tree sap. I use the sap from the pine trees, and I would go and collect the sap. And when you chew it, the gums, there's no inflammation, there's nothing. It just heals your teeth completely. But someone told me about this product, turpentine, and this is made by a small company in Florida from the pine. So it's that oil from a pine. And she says, oh, I thought it was toxic, but she says, You can swallow it. I take the teaspoon of it before I sleep, and I swallow it on an empty stomach, and that kills all the parasites. Turpentine. It smells like pine, but it's pretty intense. And so I did that, and I start to feel almost like a little bit dizzy. I definitely felt, I mean, be gentle with that. But it's also very effective. So those things doctors will not tell you. They're very natural, and I tested them all, and they really work. All of them really work. And of course, shrooms. Somebody asked me about the psychedelic mushrooms. Yes, in Ayurveda, shrooms were used to kill the parasites. So if you eat like enough, like 3 to 5 grams, it definitely clears your body, but not only physical, also etherical, because during the trip, the kundalini will rise, basically shroom stimulating kundalini energy. It will rise to whatever chakra where you have a blockage, and it will try to clear that blockage. Your job when you on this medicine is to make sure that you resolve this and allow the energy, your kundalini, to go all the way to the crown and really reestablish that flow of the torus field around your body, a healthy flow. Because remember, blockages, they block chakras, and so your energy gets stuck somewhere. Usually it's stuck in the second and the third chakra. And I explain all of this in this video course, Inner Alchemy. I go really into detail of what's happening and how to break through the blockages, or at least temporarily, or then using the shadow work completely remove them forever, these blocks. But when you do mushrooms, it's like the mushrooms are almost like forcing the energy to go right through, break through the blockages. But that's why when we're not on mushrooms, all of a sudden we go back to the same things, because we never resolved the blocks using the shadow work. We never consciously changed it, unless you do it while you're tripping, and that happens. But usually in a state of mind, like other type of work is happening. So yes, wormwood, cloves, black walnut, that is also good. The black walnut didn't do nothing. I didn't feel that much, but wormwood was very, cloves very, very gentle. I drink cloves once in a while, for sure. The tea is wonderful. Activate charcoal, yes, I do all that. Yeah. The charcoal is more when parasites are dying. They microorganisms I'm talking about. When they're dying, they release toxins in your body. So the charcoal, it's good to take it after you did the remedies, and then you start to feel like sometimes, I feel sick. It's like too much toxicity released into your blood right away because there's so many parasites are dying. So that's when you need to take charcoal, like after, to absorb all of that. Oh, I cannot in Spanish. The videos are in Spanish. Are they on Instagram? Can floaters be somehow linked to nanobots or similar technology? They unrelated. What are the Y floaters? I don't know what the Y floaters are. Oh, I floaters. Okay. Got it. So eye floaters is a blockage on the vaginal level, because this center nourishes your eyes, your ears, your nose, all this. And so it works both ways. But there is, yes, there can be definitely nanotechnology there, because it can be stuck anywhere. They talk about nanotechnology being non-physical. It's not the physical bots, it's the frequency parasites, They're like, ah, it's more like a vibrational beings. So the vibrational beings, you need to remove it by raising your vibration. However, clearing the belief systems that kind of like um, putting the negative lens on your eyes, like the way you see the world, the way you see yourself. And so developing a more clear vision, um, seeing your true light, but in the light of your true self, also seeing your programming and removing it. So that is that's how you can clear that. And also raising your vibration with breath work to pineal gland, and really activating this. When I do the breath work and activate it here, and then I open my eyes, my my vision becomes so clear. It's like become crystal clear. And gently gazing at the sun, sunrises, sunsets. The sun right now, guys, it brings so much light codes through our eyes into our beings. It's literally illuminating us. So that free medicine everywhere. Catch the sun. And by the way, Ashtar Command shared with us that just a couple days ago, that is a massive sun flares coming, which will make the final huge change. And people who already in a high enough frequency their consciousness will open up like this. And basically that's the ascension. And also that solar flash actually moving all the parasites from the Gaia, all the one who was on the ground, all these draconian bases and everything in Antarctica. And so it's and when we ask when specifically the solar flash will be happening, they say it will happen in the moment where you least expect it. So focusing on yourself, focusing on clearing yourself from inside, so you become ready, open enough to receive this enormous flash. I'll post a video about it. It's fascinating. I can't wait. Okay. There's some time, but I kind of become painful to me to look straight in the sun. Oh yeah. They're trying so much. They're trying with me too, different things. But you know what? Thanks for the service, because by amplifying the pain or by amplifying the thing with your eyes, they make it more obvious for you to see your own blockages there. And so, thank you, negative entities, amplifying my pain. Now I can really see it, and now I can really work on it. So, again, notice how you see yourself, and notice how you see the world, and see if you have any judgments towards yourself or the world, and remove them or change them to the positive. Instead of every judgment, when you notice it, you give yourself 5 compliments instead. So you train your mind to, and the same thing with other people. If you look at somebody and if there's a judgment, stop and then give that person compliment, even people that you don't like. That's how you can cure this. All right. All right. Any more questions about how to clear yourself from any of this low frequency and how to get to the high frequency? Or Merkaba in different colors to help with parasites. Yeah. To me, parasite will be like the dark shade of like a gray, black, They would be like the dark spots, basically. So it's like opposite of light. Cobalt blue and golden, yes. Liquid gold, exactly. Yeah. And again, don't worry too much about parasites. Don't give them too much of your energy. We'll talk about it just to acknowledge and be informed. Instead, focus on yourself, focus on your own light, stand in your sovereignty. I have the whole script for that Arcturian meditation or the Syrian meditation that they gave us. It's on my website, templeofoneinfinitecreator.com, on the blogs. I put some useful information, practical information, or healing information that we get from them. So use it as a resource. And yeah, I do this thing almost every day. Just in the morning, I do my high meditation, raising vibration every morning. Like it's like a taking shower. With regular shower, wash our body. With this one, we wash our etherical body, and then I finish it with the meditation, scanning the body, and then my mind is very good after that. The blogs, okay. So Temple of One Infinite Creator.com. Temple of One Infinite Creator.com. And you can find it in the links in my social media too. Oh yeah, 3 to 5 milligram. If you microdose mushrooms, it's not going to do anything. It's just like emotionally will stabilize you maybe a little bit. People who have very high anxiety, it's great for them to microdose. People who are afraid they might develop Alzheimer's and their brain's not working so much, mushrooms help you to reestablish the neural connections, because it's a neural connection of Gaia, mycelium of psychedelic mushrooms. It's the intelligence of the earth. So it helps you to restore your brain functions for the older people. Full on trip is always amazing. Yeah, anytime. If you meditate at night, definitely gaze at stars. I gaze at Alcyone, at Jupiter. There's lots of positive entities in Jupiter. Jupiter is a stabilizer for your higher self. It's the wise coach, very high frequency. I definitely gaze at Sirius, the Syrian High Council, always saying hi to them. So stargazing is amazing medicine. Any rocks or crystals? Sure, you can use the quartz. That's wonderful, but don't give power to. All power lies within you. It can be a great a reminder or like an anchor, the quartz, of your own purity, that I'm pure. But the quartz will not help you. You connecting with your quartz inside, the sacred geometry inside, crystallization, internal crystallization, that's what's going to help you. Assist, yeah, good, exactly. All right, my friends, thank you for joining me. Sorry about that YouTube thing. I don't know how to, I'll have to figure it out. But I'll see you next Sunday and we'll talk about something interesting. Okay, bye. You're welcome. Send you hearts.